Well. Holy crap. We got some big news today for Bitcoin. South Korea looking to make some big moves into the Bitcoin space. Lots of other big Bitcoin news for you today as well. We have big news on Ethereum, big news on the Coinbase situation with the SEC. Of course, talking about Base, the story of stories, and Solana is running into trouble right now. So we're talking about that as well. Lots to get through. So let's just go ahead and dive straight and obviously hold those burning questions till the second half of the stream. We'll be diving into those. So, big things afoot right now in the crypto space. It's actually pretty crazy. From Bitcoin Archive, Korea to approve Bitcoin ETFs and if pro Bitcoin opposition wins elections in 4 days, I guess 3 days now. They say we are going to allow the ETFs domestic or overseas. More than 6 million South Koreans, over 10% of the population, own Bitcoin or crypto. South Korea is a crypto crazy country, but they have been largely siloed off from a lot of the crazy stuff happening in crypto. Their local regulators are quite strict, have been quite strict, but the president's office has been talking to the SEC, talking about how to roll out Bitcoin ETFs in the country. The opposition party talking about rolling out Bitcoin ETFs in the country. Now, I'm not an expert in South Korean politics. Okay, I know. Shocking surprise. From what I read, the polling right now is looking very, very close. The last election was very, very close. The polling's looking very, very close here as well. So we'll see what happens. But the fact that Bitcoin ETFs are a campaign issue in South Korea is fascinating. And yes, South Korea will get Bitcoin ETFs. When is the question, obviously. But if these guys win, looks like that when could be pretty damn soon. Also, to keep in mind is that Hong Kong has got some Bitcoin ETFs coming in the not so distant future. I'm going to turn air conditioning off here. Has got some Bitcoin ETFs coming pretty gosh darn soon too. That's big stuff. I know US Bitcoin ETFs, Wall Street, BlackRock, Fidelity. I get it. That's big, right? But Hong Kong, South Korea, Bitcoin ETFs, these are a massive addition to an already wildly bullish picture. It's just like the cherry on top, some extra cream on top, some sprinkles on top of that. All right. Wall Street Bitcoin ETFs, they're the cake. These, it's the flavor. We dig it. We love it. Great to see. Huge news if it happens, of course. Let's see how the election plays out. I'll keep you up to date, obviously. Bitcoin doing things. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Come on. I'm always surprised with chart patterns, how they play out, why it is that we, as these button pushing monkeys, essentially do these things in the market, because this is us. This is us. This is a representation of human emotion. Look at it. What is going on? Anyway, we are grinding here in this big fat triangle. Had our touchdown here. Got another touch going on up here. If we fail to rally higher straight away, then one could reasonably expect a retest back down here the line, maybe around $66,000 before pushing higher or lower. Of course, it can always break down from these patterns. This leans towards, because this is in an uptrend, right? This symmetrical triangle pattern in an uptrend would lean towards a continuation pattern, price going up. The price target, by the way, from this is much, much higher. So we 57.74. Let's just call it 15,000. So it's basically a $15,000 breakout. This could get us to mid to upper 80s, maybe even as high as $90,000, which, of course, if you remember we were talking about before, comes back to a major line that could be a very, very interesting place for Bitcoin. We'll see. Looking at the MACD, once again approaching, not confirmed, obviously. We need to see how it goes. But approaching a potential bullish cross. Don't count your chickens till they're hatched. Don't count your MACD bull crosses till they're hashed, folks, okay? then you can count them. We shall see. We could see further correction, of course, especially if this comes back down. It just keeps extending this out until bammo, one day it just takes off. We'll keep an eye on that, of course. Big banks, apparently, according to Bitcoin Archive, big banks are reaching out to Bitcoin miners directly to buy Bitcoin because of supply shortages on exchanges. That is being reported from the CEO of Hut 8 Mining. Now, that's a crazy story because they can't find enough Bitcoin right now. At least this is the story going around that they're reaching out to miners directly to try and buy it. That's fascinating. OTC desk, OTC deals from miners straight to the banks. Something's going on out here, guys. And you don't always see this, right? This isn't the kind of stuff that always shows up on the dashboard, so to speak, when you're looking at stuff, because these deals are happening with a handshake and a wink, wink, and here's a big pile of cash kind of deal. This is very interesting. BlackRock names Citi, Citadel, Goldman Sachs as Bitcoin buyers for its ETF. Just some of the biggest financial institutions on the planet. Do you see what's going on yet? Do you see the big news? Do you see what's happening here? Or is it just me? This is craziness. Big things are afoot in the cryptocurrency space. Huge moves are being made right now in the cryptocurrency space. And if you can't see it, then open your eyes. Holy cow. Tyler Durden here sharing bullish propaganda. There are 1.39 million coins left to mine over the next 116 years. ETFs drained 509,000 in just the last 6 weeks. There is no top. There is no top to Bitcoin because there is no bottom to fiat. This is a unique asset, the apex predator of financial assets, as they say. And when you start to realize that they're not going to make any more Bitcoin after 21 million, and of course, even the 1.39 million left to mine, most of that's going to be mined by the end of next decade. After that, we just have some tens of or hundreds of thousands of Bitcoin left to mine over a very, very long period of time. So it's a fascinating place to be, where you see Wall Street ETFs, 500,000 coins, Hong Kong ETFs coming, London Stock Exchange. Was it London Stock Exchange? They're going to be listing ETF products. I'm pretty sure I read that. Was that so many wildly bullish stories, hard to even keep up. Germany listing basically ETFs. They call them a different name, but basically ETFs. Look at what's going on. Look at what's happening. Understand there's only so much Bitcoin. 2C Click says Australia is getting their own Bitcoin ETF in 2 months' time. About damn time. About damn time, man. I haven't kept up with the Australian Bitcoin ETF news, but that's fantastic to see. Hey, real quick shout out to today's sponsor before we dive into all the altcoin news. And of course, it is CoinStats. Guys, you want a great place to be tracking your crypto coins? Check out CoinStats. You can, of course, use it on web. Great mobile experience as well. If you want to download on mobile, we're currently tracking our 10K to 100K challenge portfolio over here on CoinStats. It's going okay so far. Lots of great data, lots of great analytics over here. You can use AI for price predictions. You can use AI for exit strategies, different stuff like that. 300 plus wallets supported, 1,000 DeFi protocols supported, more than 20,000 cryptocurrencies, all supported in app. So you can have the latest of what's going on in your crypto portfolio. You can also come over here and check out all the market cap data. Huge range of great analytics over here that you can be enjoying, from circulating percentages of coins, latest news on coins. You can have heat maps on coins, all kinds of great stats and data and analytics. Of course, data and analytics really helps drive making good decisions in the cryptocurrency market. Great news aggregation service as well. Huge range of features. Now, you can get signed up to CoinStats for a limited time, 50% discount. Normally it's $14 per month. You can start enjoying all the awesome premium features, the AI and all that kind of fun stuff for just $7 per month. That's 50% off their normal plan. Link down below in the description. So go ahead and check that out. Thanks, CoinStats, again, for sponsoring today's stream. So, Ethereum. Ethereum is a very interesting place. I feel like there's a lot of Ethereum pessimism, but at the same time, everyone's really bullish on Base. Well, they're forgetting that Base uses Ethereum. Bullish for Ethereum. Base's success could be one of the major leading factors, actually, of Ethereum's success this cycle. Anyway, Ethereum once again retesting the 50-day EMA, as you can see right here. That's the yellow line on the chart. Nice retest, bouncing off so far. Closing in on, but not yet confirmed, a possible bullish MACD cross. So we'll be keeping an eye on that as well. Ether could be leading us out of the doldrums for the big caps here. Of course, Bitcoin a little bit further behind in terms of where it is the MACD and stuff like that. So, interesting. We'll see how that goes. But look where ETH is right now. I like it. I like to see it. Now, this was very big news today, by the way. Marty Party sharing update on Coinbase lawsuit. Major breakthrough for U.S. crypto. Courts rule crypto not securities on secondary markets. Now, this was in apparently a class action lawsuit. Just unbelievable bullshit. And we're going to get into that in a second. But Coinbase has attained a significant milestone amid the ongoing lawsuit. The U.S. Court of Appeals Second Circuit sided with Coinbase. The court confirmed today that secondary sales of crypto by Coinbase do not violate the Securities Exchange Act, which is, of course, the SEC just keeps trying to throw stuff at the wall, throw crap at the wall, see what sticks. It's a pretty crappy way to try to regulate an industry, if you ask me. The plaintiffs in this particular case are these guys here. The lawsuit centered on allegations of violations of federal and state securities law concerning the trading of specific cryptocurrencies on Coinbase. The plaintiffs asserted that federal claims, blah, 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 blah. Now, the affected people include those who bought or sold tokens on Coinbase between October 8th, March 11th, 2022. So essentially, some people bought coins, apparently, on Coinbase, probably lost a bunch of money and decided, we're going to sue Coinbase for daring to allow us to come and buy these cryptocurrencies on their exchange. These people are what's wrong with everything in investing. You have to have personal accountability. You go there, you make the decisions, you click on the buttons. If you lose your fucking money, that's your problem. Okay? If you make money, it's also your problem. It's not like if you make money, you're giving some of your money back to, hey, Coinbase, thanks for allowing me to buy these coins. Here's a bunch of money for you. Likewise, for any kind of content creators, you always have to take personal accountability. If you hear me or anybody else anywhere ever talk about coin, don't just blindly ape into anything ever. Okay? You have to do your own research. You have to understand that when you click the button, it's on you what's going to happen. I know a lot of people want to blame somebody else. Oh, if I can just blame this guy for my bad mistakes. Well, if you're going to blame people for your bad mistakes, you also have to reward people for your good things, I guess. But it doesn't work like that, does it? Of course it doesn't. It can't be. This is like, what is it? They call it socialism for the rich, capitalism for the poor, right? It's kind of like, I don't know, some similar idea to that, where it's like, when you're winning, it's all mine. When I'm losing, who can I blame? Who can I get my money back from? Doesn't work like that. That's not how investing works. Okay? Anyway, good news. Obviously, this is not the main case versus Coinbase, but this is like a secondary case. Still an interesting ruling, obviously. Could be a ruling with big implications. Already, we've seen that in the actual main case for the SEC versus Coinbase, the judge hasn't said that basically, trading coins on secondary markets as securities, but the judge dismissed Coinbase's attempt to get a dismissal of the case based on that exact assumption. I think the intent there is that, well, you know what? I'm not going to rule on that yet. Let's bring it to court. Let's let all lawyers have their say. But this is an interesting precedent that could then be used in that case, because then Coinbase can come and say, hey, look, this U.S. Court of Appeals over here, they already ruled that this is the case. So now we have legal precedent that we're right and the SEC is wrong. Very interesting. We'll keep you up to date, of course, on that as we go through. JP Morgan saying the SEC will eventually approve a spot Ethereum ETF, because of course they will. Obviously. Captain Obvious over here, JP Morgan. When is, of course, the question. May 23rd is looking less and less likely all the time. Might happen later this year. Real quick shout out to the Phantom Foundation launching its canonical stablecoin USDC.E, powered by Wormhole using Circle's Bridge USDC standard. Great news to be getting USDC on Phantom, because that means the pump can come. Let the power of the pump into your life, guys. Getting stablecoins on any chain has a massive potential to bring everything on that chain up, because it means increased liquidity for the chain. which is a very positive thing, obviously. I wanted to shout out this idea from Virtual Bacon. He said, Base is unironically the new BSC. Going to be a fun summer to run it back 2021 style. I got to get more Base coins, man. That's what I'm going to do this week. Buy some more Base coins. Should, as last night, I was down here, computer, had some stuff to do. I try not to work nights, okay? But I was down here last night in the evening doing some stuff, and I was looking at Arrow. I was like, $1.40 or something. That's a pretty juicy price. Maybe I should just go get, some, let's say, right now. Didn't do it. It's at like $2 or something. What's it at right now? $1.90. Crap. Anyway, there's a lot of opportunities right now on Base more broadly. And this idea that it's the new BSC. See, if we weren't around in 2021, Binance Smart Chain was like kind of the hot place. We had stuff like Pancake Swap and all these other things that just went absolutely crazy and made all kinds of money for early investors. A lot of talk right now that Coinbase is going to be doing a relatively similar thing, bringing all their customers on chain, bringing a lot of money into the space. So even more than BSC in 2021, people are ready to go on chain in 2024, especially with the Coinbase Smart Wallet coming. It's going to absolutely just change the game in terms of on-chain liquidity, especially for Base directly. Big things are coming to Base, and fading it does not feel like a wise decision at this point, if you ask me. I'm not going to try to fade it. I'm already underexposed, and I feel like I need to up my exposure before things get too crazy without trying to FOMO, obviously. Lots of interesting things starting to happen over there as well. Obviously, Aerodrome right now, $750 million market cap. This one has been the big money earner, up about 20x in 6 weeks or something. It was trading at 10 cents 6-7 weeks ago. Fantastic movement. The meme coin Brett, obviously getting a lot of traction and a lot of people talking about it. Now, what's interesting with something like Brett, for example, or Toshi, which is a third of the market cap, could be worth paying attention to as well. With these meme coins is that, look at Solana. They have multiple multi-billion-dollar market cap meme coins. Ethereum, multiple multi-billion-dollar cap meme coins. Base, smart wallet, 120 million people on Coinbase. All this hype starting to happen over there. And none of their meme coins are yet at $1 billion market cap valuation. And of course, if the market, remember, Dogecoin went to $90 billion in 2021. Okay, I'm not saying any of these are going to do that, but I'm saying that there's a lot of potential for, if we do have Base be the new BSC of 2021, then there's a lot of potential here. Obviously not financial advice. Investing in crypto is risky. You can lose all of your money in a very, very short amount of time. Like that, like the meme in South Park. Your money's gone. Okay, keep that in mind. Don't invest more than you can afford to lose. If you ever want to see a full risk statement, you can see that below in the description on YouTube, the pinned comment on X. And you'll also find my full portfolio disclosures there. You want to know what coins I'm currently holding? Do you want to know what my venture investments are? You can find it all there. Check it out if you're interested. So those are the bigger things right now. Obviously, we bought Benji last week for our 10K to 100K portfolio challenge. I bought some personally for my portfolio. This guy saying, have you been watching Invest Answers? Lol. I have not watched his content really at all, but if you're finding, I see this guy, have you been watching this channel? It sounds like the content's similar. These are the biggest trends in cryptocurrency right now. I think that any content creator not talking about Bitcoin ETFs, Ethereum ETFs, what's happening on Base, what's happening on Solana is doing you a disservice. These are the biggest, hottest trends right now in the cryptocurrency marketplace. 100%. If you feel like, yeah, a lot of people are talking about this stuff, a lot of people are talking about this stuff because it's worth talking about. Anyway, don't fade the trends. Find where strength is. Follow the strength. If Dennis, Virtual Bacon, is right with the thesis that this is the BSC of this cycle, then everything is currently massively underpriced in the entire Base ecosystem, especially with the smart wallet coming on board soon. Maybe I'm, what's the opposite of mid-curving it? Edge curving it. Overthinking it too much. But I think the mid-curve play here is to ignore what Base is doing, and Coinbase's 120 million customers that they're going to bring on board via their smart wallets. Look, obviously a lot of meme coin stuff going on Base right now, that's getting a lot of people excited, but there's also a lot of other stuff going on Base. Heroes of Mavia, big gaming coin, right? $150 million market cap gaming coin. I'm not saying to go out and buy any of these coins, just pointing out that there's a lot of opportunities right now on Base. Okay, a lot of interesting stuff starting to happen over on Base that might be worth paying attention to. Extra Finance, DeFi protocol, $30 million. Is that the right price for it? I have no idea. But there's stuff going on. Again, start getting way down here in the weeds, and yeah, there's a lot of really cheap stuff, and a lot of cheap stuff is probably garbage and not going to do very well. Let's keep it real. Something worth considering. However, we're seeing a lot of new projects launch as well. Again, shout out to Rainmaker. I know we mentioned this last week, but we're seeing lots of cool new projects deciding to launch on Base directly because they know that's where the money's going to be. They know that's where the hype's going to be. Okay. Gaming coins, Amari gaming coins are already starting to have, just like I said, Heroes of Mavia, big gaming coin, very hyped launch, already starting to happen. We're already starting to see these kind of things come out. Okay, so there's already gaming coins launching on Base. There's DeFi launching on Base. There's AI coins like Rainmaker launching on Base. It's happening right now. And we're going to see a lot more of that. Meme coins, that gets people excited to start. Brings some money in, creates a bit of hype, bit of gambling, bit of degenerate BS. Okay, a few meme coins become the big meme coins, the big culture coins of the chain. Most of it's crap, but lots of good things coming out as well. People saying Moonwell, have not had a chance to look into that, don't know anything about it, but has Coinbase Ventures invested in it. There you go. Coinbase, of course, splashing a lot of the ka-ching around the space right now. In there's Moonwell here. I don't know anything about it. There's not an endorsement of this, obviously, but just there you go. There's a $100 million market cap coin right now. So again, there's lots of opportunities coming out right now. Connor here pointing out Base processing more transactions than Ethereum, Optimism, Blast, Starknet, and DYDX combined. So Base right now winning the transaction per second game because of demand. 35 transactions per second right now. Arbitrum 17, Ethereum 14, ZK Sync 11. Look where the money's going, guys. The amount of daily activity on Base exploding. Why? Because it's a perfect chain for everything. Fast, cheap, meme coin trading, DeFi, real world assets, and more. This could just be the start of a major season for Base. Again, faded barrel. Meanwhile, this is crazy. Dino points out Starknet hasn't produced a block in over an hour and nobody's even talking about it. Legitimately has 0 real users. I'm sure there's a few real users, but a lot of these layer 2s, I've been talking about this a lot recently, in that a lot of these layer 2s are just not going to get used. I'm not saying Starknet's not, maybe Starknet comes out, surprise us all, it's going to go absolutely crazy, but yeah, it's, I think, a very interesting thought that the money is really going to consolidate to 4 or 5 major areas in crypto, and then everything else is going to just be struggling. Hey, real quick, we have to shout out Solana here. Solana spelled backward is anal OS, anal operating system. It's a funny joke. Come on, you guys. Come on. Look, Solana's been really struggling recently. 75% of all transactions on Solana are currently failing. However, proponents argue it's primarily bot spam. I was trying to do something on Solana today. Mess. Absolute mess right now. Come on, Solana. Let's get it sorted out. Now, a lot of people are going to, of course, take this as their moment to run and do victory laps. Like, see, we told you Solana's crap, man. Come back to Ethereum and pay $50 fees for everything. You go to Base. Base has got a kind of the best of both worlds right now. Ethereum functionality with Solana level fees. Anyway, besides the point, Solana is not, might have taken a big punch in the face, but they're not KO'd yet. I would not believe that for a second. But currently, they need to fix this crap because very, very quickly, people will just start taking their money elsewhere. How many times do you need to click on a button to get a failed transaction before you go, you know what? Send my money to the exchange, going over to Base. Real talk, guys. Real talk. But I'm not counting Solana dead and out yet. That's, I think, a mistake at this point. Solana's got a lot of mind power, money power, VC power, meme power, and all that kind of fun stuff behind it. And it's interesting. Here's a hot take from Andre Krohn of the Phantom Foundation, main developer behind the Phantom blockchain. He says, seeing a lot of I told you so's against Solana because, checks notes, Solana currently has so much demand for block space that they need to optimize some bottlenecks, which also, by the way, is just an engineering hurdle, not a fault of consensus or any critical component. Solana has become a victim of its own success. It's a fascinating take, and it's true. The reason why Solana is having problems right now is because there's too much activity on Solana. I know what you're thinking. Hey, wait a second, Solana's supposed to like 50,000 transactions per second. Like, what's the problem here? Bottlenecks. They're going to fix it. I think, of course, obviously, top priority for the guys. Co-founder of Solana saying no other network has been even close to stress tested under these kinds of loads. So we're often an uncharted scale territory. It's painful, but scaling bottlenecks are getting more predictable and quicker to address. So don't count Solana out, okay? Don't count Solana. I'm saying this as somebody who's got like, 20 SOL or something, okay? Not like a big bag or anything, but don't count Solana out. I think that would be a mistake at this stage in the market cycle. Yeah. And let's stress test base a bit more. I mean, come on, guys. Coinbase famously goes down when shit starts happening in the markets. Will base be the same? A lot of this software is still really young. I know it doesn't feel like it because you're allowed to put billions of dollars onto these things, but a lot of this software is still in its early stages. 5 years from now, these issues aren't going to be issues. You have to understand how early we are in this technology. And I feel like you get a false perception of reality because, I can go and get my wallet and put some money over there and all that stuff. Like, yeah, you're still kind of like, the pioneer on the Oregon Trail, man. Some people are going to get dysentery and die trying to cross the river somewhere. Okay. It's just, that's how it's going to be. Don't make the rules. This is crypto, man. Okay. Be careful. All that being said, sign up to the newsletter if you're not signed up already. Obviously, it's awesome. Check it out. Link in the description. You'll love it. Everybody else does. We have 120,000 weekly readers. Anyway, let's have a Perrier. Let's have a Solana. Let's have a Perrier. Actually, looks like a Solana Keller. Let's have a Perrier. A slap at the base. Hey. Yeah, what movie is that from? That's hilarious. A slap at the base. Anyway. Lark, are we better off using DeFi exchanges over centralized exchanges? I mean, in a lot of ways, yeah. Look, there's pros and cons to both, realistically. I personally find myself these days, 90% of what I do is on DeFi exchanges, whether that be on Base or on Arbitrum, using Jupiter, using Trader Joe, using Uniswap, Aerodrome now to buy stuff as well. Most of my stuff, what I do is happening on DeFi, just because there's more stuff available and you got great liquidity on a lot of the big ones. Not all of them. Some of them are shit, but a lot of the big ones have great liquidity. They have a great range of coins, way more than you can get on the centralized exchanges, but centralized exchanges still do have a important element of support, and they list some coins that don't really have the sort of broad chain support. Like if you want to go and buy some new Cosmos ecosystem coin or some other new blockchain or whatever, you kind of have to go over to a centralized exchange for that. Bitcoin's easiest to buy in a centralized exchange, et cetera, et cetera. So there's use cases for both. And like I said, I still do some shopping on the centralized exchanges, but most of my stuff these days on DEXs. Let me see. Do you drink alcohol? Sometimes, but not very much these days, to be honest. In my 20s, I drank way too much. It's not, not great. It just leads to more sadness. I drink because I'm sad, and I'm sad because I drink. It's true, though. Look, I do drink once in a while. I tend not to get drunk. I haven't been drunk for a very long time, actually. But I've had a few drinks. Every once in a while, me and the wife will crack one bottle of wine or something like that. But yeah, not that much these days, man. I got little kids, and just there's no time for hangovers, man. I feel like even a few drinks these days, I feel like crap the next day. It's like, what happened? Could drink, a 12-pack back when I was in my 20s and wake up next day and go do it all again. Now I'm like, I have like 3 beers. I wake up next day, I'm like, find that truck driver, it hit me. Anyway, water, guys, is great. Big fan. Okay, that's right. Paul Rudd, slapping the bass. Is Injective better than Avalanche? You know, it's interesting when we start to talk about how good a blockchain is. There's a lot of blockchains that have great, and this is not necessarily Injective or Avalanche, but I'll get back to that in a second. But there's a lot of blockchains that have great technical aspects, but struggle to gain users and adoption and all that stuff. And I've always thought it doesn't matter how good your blockchain is. If you can't attract the users, keep the users, attract the developers, very importantly, attract the venture capital funds. And you have to look, where does all the money go right now in crypto? Where are all the venture capital funds going? Where are all developers launching their coins, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera? They focus on where the money is, right? Injective, solid blockchain. We need to see much bigger adoption happening for Injective, and that could come very, very quickly. But right now, I think the apps and stuff on there, not super compelling for me anyway. I say that somebody holds Injective. My Avalanche bag, I think Avalanche has many more fun, interesting apps, like using Trader Joe on Avalanche. We have the subnets like Beam. We have games like Off the Grid coming. So a lot of big stuff happening in Avalanche that I think is very attractive. Obviously, market caps are very different. It's hard to compare them. Apple to oranges sort of comparison, but they're in the basket together, I suppose. Mr. Hyde says Avalanche is a blue chip. Certainly established himself like that, for sure. Let's try and hit the Bill says, Jupe, I have a 4-to-1 Jupe JLP holding. Thoughts? Yeah, why not? I haven't got into JLP yet, but I've thought about it. I thought those rewards are insane right now, and that's real yield, man. That's real yield for sure. So I haven't really got into JLP yet, but you know, Jupiter is it's the DEX, man. If you want exposure to all of Solana, Jupiter, man. That's why I got myself a big bag. Anyway, Liberland, man, I haven't heard about Liberland in a very long time. Last time I thought about Liberland was like 2018, bear market. I was bored. What's some stuff we can talk about? Liberland. They're launching their own cryptocurrency, man. I have no idea. That's probably not going to be great. Personal opinion. If it's just like a Liberland currency for people to use in their sort of peer-to-peer transactions that just use Bitcoin, man, whatever. I don't know. Maybe it's something interesting and compelling. I haven't really looked into it, just general thought, thinking about it, but I wish them the best. What are your thoughts about CBRC 20 and Motos? I don't know. I have no idea. No idea. Sorry. No opinion. Best movie ever. I guess you guys talk about that Paul Rudd movie. I can't remember which one it is. Anyway. Do you think the Zeus network will do well? Solana founder is there too. I think it has interesting potential to do pretty well. I mean, Bitcoin on Solana. Great stuff. Hey, I got a nice airdrop. We'll be getting a nice airdrop out. That hasn't been dropped yet, but I'm excited about it. We'll see how it plays out. Am I buying any more? No. Should I? I have no idea. Maybe, but I feel like, you know, but Jupiter just feels like enough for me. I've got a few games on Solana as well, like Mixmob and Illumia and stuff like that. Neon Heroes, I'm a private sale investor from that one. Plus, it's actually crazy because back when, in case if you guys have been following, there's a big airdrop coming for Neon Heroes, which is like this cat mech game. It's really cool. I thought it was a really cool idea back when I talked to the guys back in 22 and invested in it. And I invested in it, and then I immediately thought, crap, in the event that this thing ever takes off, the NFTs are probably going to have some kind of use case or value. So I went and bought like, I don't know, 24 or something like that of the NFTs for the game. And just didn't really think about it. I haven't really thought about it since recently when they announced their airdrop. And lo and behold, go into the airdrop and it's like, oh, I get huge bonuses for having these NFTs sitting around. Anyway, none of that has anything to do with Zeus Network. But yeah, I've got plenty of exposure to the ecosystem of Solana. Do I need to get exposure to Zeus Network as well? I got the airdrop. I don't know. Will it do well? Hard to say. It's interesting now that we are getting to the first launch pads on Jupiter. As the first launch pad, maybe there's going to be enough hype just from that it could do quite well. Jupiter's obviously done very well since its launch pad. I mean, I know it was the first coin. Well, it was the first coin on the launch pad, right, for Jupiter, but it's the native token. can't really count that per se as what the performance of other launch pads will be on there. But Zeus could be an interesting one from that perspective. So we'll see. Right now, of course, they're running the launch pad thing where you get to buy and sell the token based on the demand. I think last I looked, it's around like 75 cents or something like that right now. So I have no idea how it's going to do, but just based on it being like the first real launch pad after Jupiter, could do quite well. But we'll see. I don't really have any horse in the game besides my airdrop. Jesse says, I'm thinking about staking, but I'm worried I don't have enough of a bag for it to be worth it in a lot of cases. In some cases, you might not. Like if you're trying to stake your Ethereum and you have like, I don't know, 0.2 ETH, like even just the on-chain fees of trying to stake into Lido Finance and stuff, and the reward, it's just not going to be worth it realistically. Plus the depegging risks and all the other bullshit that goes along with it when the market starts to heat up. Like, but there's a lot of other coins that even if you have very small amounts are worth staking. Like if you have, I don't know, 10 injective, go stake those damn things, man, because why not? It's cheap to do. And of course, you have to keep in mind, there's unstake periods and stuff, and you have to keep all that stuff aware in your brain when you make these moves, but still. What do you think about Aerodrome, new paradigm of finance? Aerodrome's very bullish asset. Should have bought some, have not bought any, should have bought some. Maybe just need to start averaging in and getting in there and doing the vote locks and all that stuff and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. But hey, we just actually had a report on Aerodrome in the newsletter this week. So go check that out. Great report by Jesse. I was reading yesterday so I can inform myself what the heck Aerodrome's all about. So definitely go check that out if you want to learn some more about it. Okay. I'll answer a couple more questions here and then we'll finish up for today. Don't want to get these streams going too crazy as a standard thing. How much do game airdrops like Neon? How much will Neon Heroes airdrop be worth? I have absolutely no idea. Absolutely no idea. Obviously, I hope that's going to be worth truckloads. It may not be. We shall see. Now, it depends on, of course, how much effort you're putting into getting that airdrop, too. If you're doing like everything, playing the game, all this stuff, connecting all your accounts, blah, 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 you're going to get something. How much that something's going to be worth? No idea. There have been some games that have had really big airdrops. A lot of games, $50 sometimes, so this is the airdrop game. You just never know. Like I got my wormhole airdrop bridge coin and it was worth, serious money, like 5 figures money. And then I got my polyhedra airdrop and it was worth $40. Similar thing too. Like you see how different they can be. It's crazy. Okay, so there you go. I have no idea, but I hope it's worth a lot. Donnie, thanks for consistency, Lark. Longtime Wealth Master subscriber as well. Thank you, Donnie. Appreciate it, man. Appreciate it. Web3 Wannabe says, I only bought ICP the last 7 months. I don't see the point of buying anything else. There you go. Well, you've had a pretty good 7 months. I know ICP's up a lot. So well done. Well done. Guys, as always, I may not know about your coin. Okay, a lot of coins out there. But if you are making money, you are celebrated here. Okay, I want you to know that. This is a place where we celebrate people who make money. Okay, we don't want to do any victim bullshit. Oh, I lost money and I want to go for somebody to blame. We celebrate winning around here. If you're winning, you're making money. I don't care what coins you're making, what you're making money on, man. I don't know that much about ICP. We are doing a review on it soon, so we'll have some more information. I'll have some better talking points on ICP after that. And I know they did some really cool stuff with AI recently on chain, and that's really awesome. And if you've been making a killing on it, man, congratulations. Absolutely awesome. Whatever happened to Stellar, man? Even in 2017, when Stellar, I think, had its peak hype, nobody really cared about Stellar. Realistically, I know people are like, well, there's some apps built on Stellar and you can do some Forex stuff over there. Nobody ever really cared about Stellar. And they still don't. I hear nobody talking about. Maybe I'm just in the wrong corners of the internet, but I feel like Stellar is like one of the least hyped, nerdy, terrible at marketing blockchains out there. I remain to be surprised, and I'm always ready for Stellar to come out tomorrow and say, we are curing puppy sadness with our blockchain and doing AI, DeFi, meme coin, whatever, everything. But nobody talks about Stellar. Nobody cares about Stellar. I'm actually surprised it's still so high as a market cap ranking. But it is. But I don't know why, because it doesn't really get the broader interest from the public, I think, to have a deserved market cap that high. People trade it, people screw around with it, whatever, but there's not really anything going on over there that's very compelling. I know there's stuff going on over there. I'm not saying it's a dead zone, but who the heck cares about it, man? When do I sell my arrow? When you sell your bags is a very fascinating question that nobody else can really help you out with. There's so many variables to this. When did you buy? Did you buy 5 minutes ago and you're up 5%? And you're like, great, I got the 5% that I was looking for and I'm happy and I'm going to sell and leave now. Did you buy 2 months ago when it was 10 cents and now you're up 20x and you're going, man, that's like a huge amount of money for me. Maybe I should take profits. You don't have to sell 100%. You can if you want to. Do you think it's going to go higher? If you think it's going to go higher, then why would you? After the halving or before, I mean, why would you sell? Well, again, not financial advice. But look, the Bitcoin halving is a major milestone for the cryptocurrency markets. Historically, we've seen giant markups in valuations of all cryptocurrencies in the 12 to 18 months that follow. I don't doubt that Aerodrome will follow higher. How much higher? I have no idea, but higher, especially with all the base hype that's building up and will continue to build as Coinbase brings people on chain, which won't be an overnight thing. There may even be a bit of a letdown for people when Coinbase launches their Coinbase wallet, their smart wallet, they would have Coinbase wallet obviously, but when they launch their smart wallet, and then on day one, there's not $10 billion and 20 million users that come over from Coinbase. It might take a few months to really, or even up to a year to really get serious momentum, like millions or even tens of millions of users on base from Coinbase on chain. Well, we'll see. But yeah, generally post-halving, when you should go watch the many videos that I've made about when to sell. I've actually got a great video coming out next week. I think I've got it recorded for about top signals in the market, which is the most profitable time to get out of the market. That's not when you have to sell, but it's historically has been, these signals have shown the most profitable time to get out of the market. Looking for some good questions to answer here. Do you hold any WEN? The only WEN that I hold is from my airdrop, which is worth like $200 or something like that. Hey, free money. I'll take it. Why not? But I have not bought any more beyond that. Did I buy more Jupe in the dip? No, not yet. I was thinking about it. I haven't actually bought anything in the last few days just because it was the weekend. I really, really try not to work Saturdays and Sundays and really Friday after 4 o'clock. So I missed the best price, I think, for that. But maybe I'll add a bit more today. And like I said, I've got a big round number that I'm trying to get to, and I'll probably get there, and just that's enough. I don't need any more exposure beyond that. That's fine. That might be where we ended up, but maybe over the next few days, I'll do that, especially if that big triangle for Bitcoin gets a rejection, goes back down, might be the nice time to throw a few bucks in. Nestor, I don't have any current opinion on LimeWire. We did a little work with those guys back 6 months ago or something, but I haven't really kept too close of an eye on them since then. Let me see here. Yeah, here you go. Forget about the app, Johan. Forget about the promises. Yeah, this is one thing you'll learn very quickly in the crypto markets. You're going to hear a lot of bullshit. A lot of bullshit. So much, especially especially bull market bullshit. That's a great term. There is so many just partnerships that are overhyped and misrepresented, and so many coins that just think they're the bee's knees. That's what my grandpa used to like to say, the bee's knees. You will really see some serious bullshit from coins that it's amazing how much, by the way, if you go back and if you've been in the market for a while, go back and look at some of the shit that you used to buy and just think about how you think about those coins right now. Then look at the coins you're currently buying and realize that most of those are going to be the same piles of shit when the bear market comes. Even the things you think are like the new paradigm money today, it's all going to look very different when it's down 90% later on. The marketing promises, all this kind of stuff doesn't really matter. Look for outperformance, look for strength, look for narrative in the market. That's where the money is made. That's where the money will continue to be made. The market likes strength. Strength begets more strength. Watch Solana ecosystem. I know they're having some pickups right now. Watch Solana, watch Base. Tiers beyond that, watch Phantom. It's going to be a big one. Watch Mantle. Watch Avalanche. I think those are probably some of the biggest, most interesting, most exciting ecosystems. To say Mantle, most exciting ecosystems right now that have a great chance for big success. Farther down, like you get like ZK Sync and Linea, they're getting a bit of hype. People are doing farming and stuff like this, but can they maintain users beyond the airdrops? And will they get the airdrops right? Because look at Starknet. Starknet had this great opportunity to not screw people over in their airdrop, and they screwed a lot of people over in their airdrop. And I don't know. I make $2,000 or something. Fine, I'll take the money, Starknet. It's all good. But ZK Sync Linea, we've had some people hardcore using the exchange for a long time. If they take care of those people, there's a potential that we're going to see these things have some more success in the long run. Anyway, guys, we're getting a long video here. We better wrap things up. You guys are awesome. Thanks for joining today's stream. Thanks for asking questions. Thanks for being a part of the cryptocurrency community. You guys are awesome. I love you very much, and I'll see you next time. Peace out.